All right, guys, so here's my group at 500 yards with those 175 grain LRX hand loads. Really happy with this. Look at this 3-inch group at 500 yards. Not the best, but the barrel was kind of warm. I was in a rush because the sun was coming down and I wanted to get some rounds on paper to check my dope and see what my drop is. So the barrel was kind of warm, but this is pretty good. 3 inches, 500 yards, that's about half MOA. So let me show you guys what I did at 800 yards with these hand loads. All right, guys, 800 yards with my 175 grain LRX hand loads, Ruger M77 Alaskan 20-inch barrel, 2,950 feet per second muzzle velocity. And here's my 2-shot group right here. So I'd say that's pretty good. That's probably about a 5-inch group, 4-inch group or so. So we had one right here and then one right there. Okay. And it was getting dark when I took my second shot. That's this shot right here. This was my first shot. This was my second shot. It was getting dark, so it was hard for me to see the center of the paper here. I was aiming for the center right here. And this is the first time I've shot these hand loads at 800 yards, so I'm not sure what the drop is. Plus we had a little bit of wind. So I was aiming right here more or less, but it was hard to see the center, the exact center, because the sun was going down, so it was hard for me to see these red squares to use as an alignment for my reticle. So that could have had an effect on my group here, but still, this is really good for 800 yards. 4 or 5-inch group or so. I'd say that's really good, especially in low light conditions. So I'm really happy with my hand loads. I think they're great, and I'm going to be doing some more testing with them, so stay tuned to my channel for more 300 Win Mag content, more hand loading content. All of my hand loading and reloading content is in my reloading playlist, and I'll leave a link to that playlist in the top right corner of this video, and I'll also leave a link to my 300 Win Mag playlist. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. This was a real success. I'm really happy that I was able to figure out a good load in such a short amount of time without doing extensive testing and wasting a lot of reloading components. And that Ramshot Hunter powder is not temperature sensitive from what I gather, because at 50 degrees Fahrenheit and at 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, the velocities were the same. So it's not a temperature sensitive powder, which is excellent. I knew it had some temperature sensitivity. I didn't know how much, but it seems like for most practical situations, the temperature sensitivity is not there. There could be temperature sensitivity if you shoot at -20 and then you shoot at 120, then you'll have some variation. But if we're talking about going from, freezing to a little bit below freezing to summer, you should be fine. So I'm just really happy with this load, and I'm really happy with that Ramshot Hunter powder. My rifle seems to really like it. That 20-inch barrel is just perfect for that powder. All that powder is burned. I'm not getting any pressure signs. I feel like I could even go a little bit hotter. I didn't get any pressure signs at all, even at 2950. I've shot probably a dozen of these loads, no pressure signs, consistent accuracy, quarter MOA groups at 100 yards. So I could even go like probably another half a grain or at least a third of a grain and maybe push it to 3,000 feet per second. But what's the point if I've already found a good load that gives me good accuracy? I don't really need to go that crazy and wear out my barrel faster with, more pressure and more powder. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Check out my reloading playlist. Check out my 300 Win Mag playlist. Take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.